It was a stormy night when Hannah arrived at her grandmother's old house. Her grandmother had passed away 2 weeks ago, and now Hannah had to go through the house and clean it out before it was sold. The house felt strange. It was quiet. Too quiet. The air was thick, as if something was waiting. Hannah stepped inside. The wooden floor creaked under her boots. The house was dusty, and the old furniture was covered with white sheets. She set down her bag and looked around. The smell of lavender, her grandmother's favorite scent, still lingered in the air. "This place feels wrong," she whispered to herself. Hannah walked to the kitchen. As she entered, something caught her eye on the counter. It was a photo frame of her grandmother holding her as a child, but something was strange. In the corner of the photo, a shadowy figure stood behind her grandmother. Hannah froze. She turned the photo over, but it was just a photo. Nothing else. Shaking her head, she kept cleaning, trying to ignore the feeling that the house was watching her. The storm outside grew louder, the rain pounding against the windows. Hannah was in the living room when she heard it, the soft sound of footsteps. She stopped. Footsteps, but the house was empty. Hannah's heart raced. The sound of footsteps grew louder, getting closer. Suddenly, a figure appeared in the doorway. It was a woman, tall, with long, dark hair. She wore old-fashioned clothes, almost like something from another time. The woman looked like Hannah's grandmother, but something was wrong. Her eyes were empty, and her smile was strange, twisted. "Grandma?" Hannah whispered, barely able to speak. The woman didn't answer. She just smiled. Slowly, she began to walk toward Hannah. Her steps were slow and eerie. Hannah stepped back, her voice shaking. "Grandma, please stop!" But the woman didn't stop. She kept walking, getting closer and closer. Hannah's panic rose. She turned to the front door, but it was locked. The door wouldn't open. "Who are you?" Hannah shouted. The woman's smile faded. She opened her mouth and her voice was cold, whispering, "I am the one who stayed behind." Hannah's heart sank. This wasn't her grandmother. This was a spirit, a wandering soul that had never left the house. The woman's eyes turned dark, and her body seemed to melt into the shadows. She wasn't human anymore. Hannah ran, but the house seemed endless. She opened door after door, but she was always back in the same place, the living room. The woman was always there, waiting. Suddenly, the storm outside stopped. The house went dead silent. When Hannah turned around, the woman was gone. Shaking, she rushed to the front door and managed to force it open. She ran out into the night, her breath short and panicked. She ran to her car and drove away as fast as she could. As she drove, her phone buzzed. It was a message from her mother. "Did you find Grandma's old photo album? There's something in the back of the house you should check." Hannah's blood ran cold. The house had no photo album. Her hands shook as she glanced in the rearview mirror. There, in the reflection, stood the same woman, staring at her from the back window. The house wasn't empty.